wear many hats. I'm an engineer, meteorologist, damage surveyor, storm chaser, all those. Uh, Jarrell, I heard, was a high-end event. Actually, before that, I was going to go storm chasing on that day. In fact, I did go storm chasing on that day. I had seen the weather situation. I thought it looked good for tornadoes. I thought my target was like Hillsborough. I thought that maybe storms would develop there. But my big problem was I thought they would move east. Yes, of course, the unzipping of the dry line southwest is something I have never seen before. I didn't anticipate it on the day that it happened, so therefore I was caught completely off guard. The front moved through the Dallas area uh, mid-morning, and so it was slow. I saw that northeast-southwest orientation of the dry line, and I figured the upper flow was westerly. It was not anything that you would expect this unzipping the dry line, and it went from like Hillsborough, Waco area all the way down, Belton and into Austin and Cedar Park. I actually surveyed a little bit down there and down to near San Antonio. I have never seen anything like that, and it threw me a curveball. And a friend of mine, Lon Curtis, said that it looked like a pretty high-end event. Maybe I should go take a look. So I said, okay. So I teamed up with Lon, and we went down there and looked at the Double Creek subdivision down there. And I looked at 15 houses in particular. Yeah, of course, what I remember from 25 years ago is immense destruction, vegetation scouring, road pavement removed, trees that were nubbed at the ground, cars that were mangled beyond recognition. So this was a slow-moving tornado. It was a very intense tornado, and those combination of slow-moving and intense made that no home could really withstand that. And we're talking about removal of the commode, removal of the bathtub, things that we normally see after a tornado. But houses swept clean was the bottom line on all of the 15 homes that we looked at. And so that, to me, made it a high-end tornado. And I did some back-of-the-envelope number crunching. 3-minute tornado is what it would be over a house. If you figure out the size of this tornado plus its slow movement, it would be 3 minutes. That is an extremely long period of time to be under a tornadic winds, and that's why commodes and bathtubs didn't even remain. It was everything gone. Obviously, I've looked at quite a few tornado damage scenarios, and so I kind of, in my mind, rank them about how they are. And Jarrell will, and still today, Jarrell is the baseline to which I measure all other tornadoes. I made it to Cedar Park because I heard that there was an Albertsons cut in half. Okay. And I wanted to see, what is that? Is that really true? Is that so? After we surveyed Jarrell, we went down to Cedar Park, and there was some housing damage there. We photographed and looked at. Nothing like Jarrell. And then we saw the damage at the Albertsons, which literally was cut in half. It was a narrow tornado and went right through and cut that store in half. Looking at like the 2011 outbreak in Oklahoma, I spoke to over 50 people who survived in their below ground shelter. And that was an untold story. Their houses were leveled, and the fatality count could have been really high. But those 50 people are walking around today because they had an in-ground shelter. I realize that not everybody can have an in-ground shelter. There are above-ground shelters that are rated for F5, EF5. So I would say that, it's something to consider to have in your house, or have a safe part of the house built or reinforced, like a pantry, a closet, something like that you can reinforce. And FEMA's got some great publications about that. On Taking Shelter from the Storm is a great publication you can Google And it has all great information in there, even how to build your own shelter.